Our PUK sources, that's the Patriotic Union of Kurdistan sources, tell us that bombing in Kirkuk, which is about 40 kilometers from here, may not have been centered on the city. This gives evidence of that kind of pinpoint bombing that they've been talking about. The use of the 90% use of smart bombs here. Many of our PUK sources actually say that they've called family members within Kirkuk who have told them that they watched the bombing from their rooftops, and it was really headed west toward the military compound of Halid. That military compound apparently has an air base. It houses the 1st Iraqi Legion, as well as munitions, and many of the people said that they saw secondary explosions go on for hours after that first wave of bombing in Kirkuk, so that was an interesting development. You've heard from Federico Whitfield on the Turkish situation, as well as Brent Sadler about what's going on in the northern part of northern Iraq, the region next to Turkey. There's also been an interesting development on the border with Iran. Now, Ansar al-Islam, that is the fundamentalist group that Colin Powell has actually linked to Al-Qaeda and says that is the connection that Saddam Hussein has with Al-Qaeda here in Iraq. They're actually in Kurdish territory along the border with Iran, and apparently our sources tell us that the U.S. military phoned PUK people here to tell them that they fired 30 cruise missiles at Ansar al-Islam held towns and villages along that Iran-Iraqi border. And apparently that has motivated the PUK here, the Peshmerga fighters, that's the PUK militia. It literally means those who face danger or those who face death, to say that they're going to attack Ansar al-Islam either today or tomorrow. They feel that those positions have been softened up quite a bit and that it would be a prime time for them to take them on. This would be a relief to the U.S. They're concerned about that as a nest for terrorism. They consider it kind of a mini Taliban here in Iraq. And again, it was one of the prime reasons, according to Colin Powell and President Bush, to actually make this attack on Iraq. So it's an interesting development, and it will be interesting to watch the next few days if there's an attack on the Ansar al-Islam positions by the Peshmerga here in northern Iraq.
Yeah, certainly a story.
Back to you, Anderson.
Certainly, Kevin, a story we will be following very closely in the coming hours and days. Thanks very much, Kevin Seitz, live in northern Iraq. Carol?
And of course, it was 1 o'clock yesterday.